It's Paul with RackAttack.com, here to show you the Thule Top Ride fork mount bicycle carrier. We have it installed onto this vehicle behind me. It's currently connected to the Thule Wing Bar Evo. It also fits other Thule bars. Do check the Thule Fit Guide to confirm compatibility with your particular crossbars. So what we'll do is go ahead and remove the bike from the carrier and also remove the carrier from the rack and show you some of the key features that make this particular rack unique. So for starters, to remove it, we just need to press the gray button here to release the rear wheel strap. Up front, we have a lever that we want to just grip. Before we do so, we want to make sure we have control of the bike by holding on to the front fork. So I'll grip it and lift out. Okay, so now if you take a look here, we have this particular bicycle is equipped with 12 millimeter by 100 millimeter through axles. So let me go ahead and remove the skewer, the through axle, and then this is the component that's included to allow for not only this 12 millimeter by 110, but also, as you see below, we have the 9 millimeter captive, and here's where the 12 millimeter 110 is. Then we have 12 millimeter 110, which is also known as boost. We have the 15 millimeter by 100, and then 15 millimeter by 110 boost. And then sold separately, there's also the 20 millimeter boost that you can purchase separately. So let me demonstrate how that is actually done. So sometimes you can take these plastic inserts and just pull it off, but if you have any difficulties, just use a flathead screwdriver to pop it off, as you see. Same thing on the opposite side. So this allows this same part to accommodate the various sizes. And so it's compatible with all common sizes that are available on the market at this time. Let me go ahead and put this one back on. And to further explain, this is for just a conventional open-tipped fork for quick release. The open-tip fork must have the safety tabs to be approved for this particular mount. It's important to review the manual to make sure. Now back to the rack itself. I'm going to go back over and pull the rack off, and let's look at some details. So to pull the rack off, in this case, I'll lift up on this handle. There's a lever on the underside. I'll just lift up on that. In the back, same thing. Just lift up on that. Now with the Thule Wing Bar Evos, I'll flip the end caps off to the side and pull towards me. And so there I've disconnected it. Now let's have a look on the bench. Okay, so what you have with this design is this interface that captures the insert, whichever it may be, and that'll hold that insert. You have, again, in this case, the rectangle headed bolt that holds it into the Wing Bar Evo on the back, same thing. So that's for slotted Thule bars. Here below we have the adapters to work with standard square bars and potentially other bars that may be listed in the fit guide. Okay, so some other features that you have, the tray, it's durable powder coated black aluminum tray. There's some very minor assembly when you pull it out of the box. The tray and this front head unit are two separate pieces, and you have two fasteners that hold the two together, and it includes the wrench to do that. So you just insert that and torque it to the specifications shown on the manual. On the back here, you've got your sliding rear wheel holder, and so that will slide to accommodate a wide range of different wheelbases. Now on the very end, for security, you have an integrated cable. So that cable will lock the bicycle to the carrier. And then back to the front here, you have a lockable lever that locks the carrier to your bar. Now, that does require the purchase of Thule lock cylinders, as you see there. And so those would be inserted into the lock housings to provide a theft deterrent. Okay, so let's go ahead and reverse what we've done. We'll reinstall this back onto the roof rack, and then load the bike and give you a feel for how that's done. Okay, so we'll just go back over to the bike, over to the rack. I want to align this rectangular bolt on the front and the back. Now keep in mind here in the back, this slides back and forth to accommodate various bar spreads. So once I have that in place, I just slide inward and I'll pick that spot. What you're looking for as far as position is essentially a right angle. So as opposed to aligning with roof lines, just create a right angle on that bar interface with the tray. So once you have that in place, snap down. So all you have to do to tighten or loosen is to turn this knob and then press down. If you feel that's not tight enough, you can give it another turn. Is it tight enough? Make sure by rocking it back and forth, and you can see it's not going to slip. Same thing on the back. Just bring that over, snap down, ensure it's good and strong and it's not going to move on you. Okay, so we're going to reload that bicycle. So I'm going to flip this back. There's just a little snap down that you would do. So this opens fully, automatically. In the back, make sure this is open and out of way so that it doesn't get in your way. Now we'll go ahead and set the bicycle back up. So again, this one happens to be a 12 millimeter through axle. So instead of doing anything on the rack itself, you're going to set this up on the bicycle front fork first. So to do that, this is exactly the same method as you would use if you're installing your front wheel. You just line up, this would be instead of your hub, this is the insert. You just run your through axle through and get that secured just as you would if it were your front wheel. Okay, and now when you're loading a bike, this one happens to be a fairly lightweight bike, but if yours is heavier, what you do is you start off low on the ground, grab the tips of the fork and the most secure position on the back and stand up and get your rear wheel into the tray first, and then from there you can take your rear hand, move it forward until you have both hands on the fork guided into place. Now this is designed to where you just reach and squeeze and it automatically engages and is fully tightened. You see the indicator turned green, indicating it's safe. So let's do that again so you can see the operation. So I'm going to go ahead and push down, lift off, drop down, and it slides forward with a spring-loaded mechanism that ensures perfect tension every time. So one more time, off, snap it forward, off, snap it forward. Now, if you are ready to lock up the bike, you come back to the rear. Here you can see, we'll lock it up after we strap the rear wheel, but you'll notice that that's out of position. So line up with the rear axle, come down and push that underneath. Ideally, you find two parallel spokes as you see here. And then you have the option, there's a button just like this on the opposite side that allows you to prevent, I'll demonstrate here. So as you can see, there is a potential depending on the spacing you have to the roof to where this strap could touch the roof. So you can equalize the strap by pulling some on both sides. So that secures the back wheel to the tray. Now on the back here, you have your cable that we showed on the workbench a moment ago. That extends out, and then you have the lock mechanism that comes out, and you lock it back to itself right there. Now, as again, out of the box, it is just a plastic plug, and that plastic plug would be replaced with a Thule lock cylinder, which would be inserted in place of that plug, giving you a good theft deterrent. Now that is part of Thule's same key system. So for example, when you're purchasing a roof rack and multiple bike mounts, you can have your base roof rack and multiple bike mounts all on the same key when you purchase a corresponding lock set all the way up to an 8-pack. Okay, so those are all the key features of the Thule Top Ride. This product and the full line of Thule products are available at rackattack.com. Please see the link in our video description for complete details and purchasing options, and thanks for watching.